She is here and she is beautiful, and by she I mean Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 by Lil Peep was dropped at midnight last night, and I am going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on each individual track. This album is everything, you guys. I cannot believe it's finally out. I am so happy, so excited. If you haven't listened to it yet, you definitely should. Okay, so the first track on the album is called Broken Smile, My All, and I think this was a really good intro track to the album. It's easy and fun to listen to, and it's really catchy, and you always want, like, I don't know, like, even in college, but like especially back in high school when you would write a paper, they're always like, put a hook in there so you grab your audience. And I really think Broken Smile is the hook of this album. I listened to the first few lines, lyrics, whatever of this song, and I was sold. I adore this song, and I didn't expect anything less. Of course, when a new album comes out for an artist you really like, you're always, or at least for me, you're always nervous because you're like, what if I don't like this? And I didn't expect Peep to disappoint, but there was always that, what if it's too different? And it wasn't. It was just the right amount of different, and I feel like this track truly is a great way to sort of ease into this album. Track number 2 is Runaway, which was released as a single a few weeks ago. I loved this song from the first time I heard it. Cry Alone, I like Cry Alone, but Runaway was definitely my favorite single. I believe Runaway, Life is Beautiful, and Cry Alone were the 3 songs that were released as singles, and Sunlight on Your Skin, so of the 4 songs. But this, I think, was probably my favorite single that was released. I don't know, there's just something about it. This is definitely, out of the singles that were released, is the one I listen to the most. Track number, I'm not going to go by track numbers because I realized earlier that I sort of messed up the numbering on this because I don't know. The next song is Sex With My Ex. I think this is probably my favorite song on the album. The title is sort of off-putting, but what else can you expect from Lil Peep? Honestly, he's full of surprises, as we know, and I definitely think that's probably my favorite. I have a few favorites, but this one, when I listened to it the first time, I was like, oh my god, this is my favorite song on the album. It's so good, and Lil Peep is an amazing lyricist, an amazing artist, an amazing musician, amazing songwriter. But a lot of his songs are very repetitive, and that's okay because that's what we like as a society. We like songs that are repetitive and easy to remember and easy to listen to and are catchy. And anything you listen to on the radio nowadays is going to be repetitive. That's just how it is. And a lot of Lil Peep's music is like that, and like I said, that's okay. Like, I like that. But I also, every once in a while, like to listen to a song that offers a little bit more lyrically, and I think this is it for Come Over When You're Sober Part 2. Along with offering more lyrically, the chorus is really catchy. I haven't learned the words to it yet because I literally have only listened to this song maybe 2 or 3 times since it was released at midnight. But I do know I like that chorus, and this is definitely a song I will be coming to very often. Next we have Cry Alone, which, like I said, was released as part of the singles that were released. This was this was not my favorite single, but I did enjoy it, and it was very exciting when I saw Peep had put out a new single. Or Peep's team, rather, I guess. I think it was definitely a good introductory single. It does sort of give you an idea of what the album is like. Very repetitive, but very good. I don't have much to say about Lean In. Lean In just didn't really do it for me. It's a good song, but it's not something that I'll be listening to a whole lot. 16 Lines was the first song that I listened to when this dropped last night, besides obviously the singles that were released before. It's easy to listen to, it's fun to listen to, but it's not a favorite. I would probably put it with Lean In, honestly, if I had to pick least favorite songs. But it's not a bad song. I don't think there's a bad song on here. There are just songs that I prefer more than others, and that's to be expected. That's how I feel with any album, any artist that I listen to. And I feel like everybody's that way. There are just some songs that we favor over others. If I had to categorize 16 Lines into a favorite or least favorite category, I'd probably go in the least favorite. If I wasn't able to put it in the middle ground, I would probably put it in least favorite, just because it just didn't do a whole lot for me like Lean In didn't either. But not a bad song. I could listen to it. People will probably be mad at me for saying this, but I don't like Life is Beautiful. I think it's probably actually my least favorite on the album. It was my least favorite single that was released. I know that song means a lot to a lot of people, so I'm sorry, but the message is really, really good, but I just don't like it. I feel like he could have done better, and I hate saying that. That sounds awful, but it just doesn't feel like Peep, if that makes much sense. It's a good song, but it's not a great song. Hate Me is my favorite song on the album, hands down. I think I said that about something before, but I love Hate Me. It's so good. It's different and it's good and I love it. Alright, I'm going to talk about I Don't Give a Fuck and White Girl at the same time, because I have pretty much the same exact thing to say about them as I said about Hate Me. These two are also my favorites on the album. For whatever reason, the song's closer to the end of the album. I liked the album at the beginning, and then I loved it by the end. My favorite songs, for whatever reason, are towards the end of the album, aside from like Sunlight on Your Skin and Falling Down. I do like those songs, but I'll talk about those in a minute. I Don't Give a Fuck has, or IDGAF, whatever you want to call it, has a very sort of grungy Nirvana sound, which is reminiscent of Ben's track on Come Over When You're Sober Part 1. And as a note, I put emo because it's emo rap. Self-explanatory. I was really interested to listen to Fingers, so I was like, is it going to be a sexual song? Is it going to be like a fuck you song? Like, what is this going to be about? I still don't know, to be completely honest. But the sound is very pop punky, which I like, obviously. Ooh, what does that say? I wrote an orange highlighter, so I don't have my contacts in. It's brighter, like Sunlight on Your Skin. It has sort of that sort of bubbly poppy sound, but with the sad lyrics. Which I love songs like that. Maybe I'm weird, but I love songs that make you confused like that. Like, how am I supposed to be feeling right now? Because it sounds happy, but the lyrics are so sad. And just songs that sort of like work your brain like that, I really, really enjoy listening to. The last two songs on the album are technically the same song, just with different people in them. So we have Falling Down featuring XXXTentacion, and Sunlight on Your Skin featuring Ella McAdam. I believe, I could be wrong, I have my own personal like vendettas against XXXTentacion, as most people do. I do think he has good music, but I don't care for who he was as a person, but that's a story for a different day. So Falling Down, I don't think I actually ever listened to Falling Down all the way through, so I'm not sure about this. But I think this is an alternative version than the one that was released as a single. There's like commentary throughout it, and it actually makes the song pretty cool. And then Sunlight on Your Skin. I like Sunlight on Your Skin. I listen to it sometimes, but it's not a favorite. I don't know. It just feels too like radio friendly, if that makes sense. I don't know. I liked Peep in the fact that he just was so out there and he wasn't radio friendly and he said what he wanted to say and he didn't give a fuck. And I think that's what a lot of people liked about him. And I don't know, this just felt too family friendly for me, I guess, if that makes any sense. It's a good song, it really is, and it makes me happy when I listen to it, but it's not something that I come back to again and again. Okay, so those were my thoughts on Come Over When You're Sober Part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. God, we miss you, Lil Peep. It's so unfortunate that he had to go so soon, but hopefully this is not the end of his unreleased music. Hopefully we can look forward to more in the future. I haven't done it yet, but I do plan on ordering the Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 vinyl if they're not sold out, which they probably are. And if I end up ordering it, I'll do an unboxing video for you guys, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 if you've listened to it. If you haven't, like I said in the beginning, you should definitely listen to it because it's great. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.